Hi guys, and welcome to this video. I have no idea what I'm going to name this video, but if you see my video from yesterday, God, that's a lot of videos. If you see my video from yesterday, we found out our son has been diagnosed with a congenital heart defect, heart disease, whatever you want to call it, called hypoplastic left heart syndrome. And in layman terms, only half of his heart developed properly, so he will be born with half a heart. There are surgeries provided that give your child the chance to live a basic normal life, and nobody would ever know anything is wrong with your baby unless they've seen the scar or they know the situation. But just looking at your toddler running around, you would never know that they had half a heart. Half of a heart, and the human can still survive. As of right now, I'm carrying along as a normal pregnancy. Because the fetal heart, the way that God mechanically put this fetal heart together, he is 100% healthy in my womb. But once he's born and his lungs have to take over breathing for himself, he doesn't get the proper oxygenation unless the doctors go in and move valves around, build new valves, and do a whole bunch of other things that I can't explain. Basically, there's going to be 3 surgeries that are provided as of now. And the 3rd surgery, he'll be about 4 years old when he has it. And he will live a basic normal life. He will have some restrictions because the pulmonary valve will only be a passive valve, which means that he will not have blood pumping to his lungs to get reoxygenated. It's just going to flow by itself. So he can get winded a lot quicker than a 4-chambered heart person will, because the blood flow is just passive. It moves by itself. The heart's not actually pumping to the lungs. So the doctor was also telling me different things, like some parents choose to terminate their pregnancy, and when the doctor told me that, I said, you can forget that. I am not going to terminate my pregnancy. I am not going to kill my child. And he said, that is completely understandable. And then he also told me that some parents opt not to have any of these surgeries done for the baby, because they don't want to see their baby to go through the open heart surgeries and the chance of losing them in surgery and all of the possibilities. As I've said before, we can't live our lives on possibilities, but all the possibilities of their heartache taking over what their child can live. In modern medicine these days, 20 years ago, these babies were taken home to die. And now they're living well into their 20s, and some even into their 30s. And who's to say where medicine will be in another 5 years or even another 20 years from now, to say that these people born with half a heart cannot survive into late adulthood, into their geriatric age, and have children of their own, and watch their own grandchildren live. So my friend calls me Job, and if you know the story of Job, God believed that he could go through anything and not lose faith. There's a fly flying around. And God knew that Job would not lose faith. And Satan basically said, I can make him lose his faith. I can make him curse you. And Satan took away everything that Job had tangibly. Took away his livestock, his home, his children, everything that he held possession on earth. And Job never cursed God. He cursed the day he was born, but he never cursed God. And through that, Satan seen that Job wasn't going to lose his faith. And everything was returned to Job in tenfold. I'm going to have to read the book in the Bible myself and understand it more. I don't want to be Job. I would do anything not to be Job. But God has given me these things, and He's allowed these things to be taken from me. And I'm not losing my faith at all. In fact, the other day, I just had this overwhelming urge to just pray. And I did. I gave my son's life to God because He's the only one that can change it. And that's why I'm in the mood that I am, because I realize that there's absolutely nothing that I can do that kills me. There's nothing that I did to cause this defect with my child. I ran through everything with the doctor. My drinking in the first 2 weeks of pregnancy, my risky behaviors that I did in the first few weeks of my pregnancy, because I had no idea that I was pregnant. And my doctor, or the perinatal cardiologist, prenatal cardiologist, whatever you want to call him, told me that there was nothing that you did to cause this for your child, so don't blame yourself. And I accepted that. There's nothing that I can do. There is nothing that I did. But what I can do is have this baby and give him the best possible chance of survival, and see what God does in his life, and let my son live. And that's what we're doing. We're moving forward one step at a time, and we're going through. We're going to make it one step at a time. Me and my husband, one step at a time, together. And I will tell you that after losing my son, Marshall, I wanted to run away and have nothing to do with anybody. And having this thrown at me has brought me back. And I love my husband more than anything. And I don't know what I would do without him. So guys, we're going to make lemonade from this. And everything is going to be okay.